You're listening to Inside Karting with 18-time Australian champion David Sera and Pro Karting's Jace Lindstrom, two of Australia's leading racing experts.
Welcome to Inside Karting, the second episode. We've made it, done one in the books.
Yeah, I can't actually believe we got to episode 2, but it's been a big week in karting, I suppose. We've had our final round of the Australian Kart Championships held at Todd Road last weekend, and obviously a good result for you guys.
Yeah, good. Yeah, finally got that monkey off the back,
which is exciting.
Pretty happy with the way everything went. It was there was a lot of close championships in the end. A couple of them, I think 7 of the 8 come down to Sunday.
Yeah, it's exciting. And obviously, Todd Road just provides a great finale for our series. Obviously, you've got the city in the background. It's a great backdrop for our karting scene. It's cool for families to experience Todd Road for the first time.
And a crowd there too on Sunday.
Yeah, the atmosphere was really strong.
Was
we had a great pit spot down near sort of the pit corner down there, and there was just people everywhere.
Yeah, all
on the fence line, which is really exciting.
Yeah, good. Excellent. And your guys went all right?
Yeah, they went all right. Yeah, we had good qualifying and then just sort of got caught up in a lot of crashes. But they're just young kids, so can't expect too much just yet. But like I said, it was good to be involved and see the championship from a different point of view rather than not being actually fighting for a championship.
Yep.
Just getting to see other guys, going hard at it, which
is how they go about it.
Yeah, which is cool.
Learn from other people's mistakes, I suppose.
That's right.
Things that happen. So I suppose what we want to do is have a little bit of a recap of how things eventuated. Go over our smokies. How a few of them went all right. Couple of them will look.
We actually look good.
So that was good. So we'll just go through. We're going to go through each class and comment on the top 3 drivers, and then we're going to give our Inside Karting AKC top 5 performers at the end of that.
Yeah, it'd be a bit exciting. I think we've got a couple of drivers in there that that have won some championships, some haven't. But it's been a good year.
Yeah, good. All right. So starting off, let's hit off with Cadet 9. So come down to the final race.
Yeah, look, Kai Burke was, he actually won the championship. So it's his first Australian championship, which is a great thing for a young kid out of Bundaberg. He played it pretty smart throughout the whole weekend. You could sort of see that at times he could have raced James Ignostiadis, who finished second in the end. But yeah, a wise head on the young kid, I thought. And,
absolutely.
Well coached by Richie McLeod out there.
Yeah, he was pretty stoked.
So it's great to see you kids winning a championship. I think he deserved it. Like he done nothing wrong. No,
and James did everything in his power to stop him.
Exactly. He won 4 out of 5 races.
Not in a dirty way, but
no.
Just in his performance, he performed the best he could, I believe.
That's right.
At the final round, so he threw everything at it, and it was good.
Yeah, and look, even I was actually watching near both of the mums, and obviously very intense moments going towards those last couple of races, but both gracious, which is nice to see. From the cadet families, which is really good. And I think that both families have worked very, very hard. It can only be one winner, and this time it's Kai Burke. So in second place was James Ignostiadis. He's out of the TWN camp, and in third, he had a tough round, was Patrick Buckley.
He did, yeah.
I think he'll be relieved just to actually walk away with the podium from AKC.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a DNF in one heat. And
he was just getting mixed up with, sort of around that back end of the top 10.
Yep.
And didn't show his customary pace that he won the first round.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
So, it's a great effort for those 3 drivers. And I'm pretty sure that all 3 of them are going to go up to Cadet 12 next year.
Yeah, I heard that definitely Kai is. I think James is young, but they're trying to get him put up early.
Yep.
So I think some of their overseas racing is trying to lead to that with his experience.
Okay, good.
And then obviously Patrick Buckley, he goes up too. So
it'd be exciting to see how those kids transition into the older class.
And it'd be good to see who actually, as of next year, steps up to Cadet 9 and I suppose steps up to a podium contention or national title contention.
Exactly. So we'll see how things pan out. Obviously, it's still a few months to go until we worry about AKC 2020, but. Congratulations to those 3 drivers.
Yeah, good.
So Cadet 12.
Yeah.
Now this got a bit exciting. Yeah. There was drama happening everywhere throughout the whole weekend.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately for you guys, we sort of finished second, which obviously is still a great result.
Yes.
But so we're going to announce the winner obviously is Harry Arnett, which is a 2-time champion.
Yeah. Big effort.
Massive effort. Now these kids have been averaging, over 50 drivers a race event.
Yeah.
So to come out on top 2 years in a row is an incredible effort. The final race I was speaking to his dad, Craig, and he actually didn't tell Harry that he'd won the championship before the final race.
Oh, sure.
And he told me he needs to get into the top 10 to secure the title. And actually, after having an incident, he fell towards the back of the pack.
Yeah.
And he actually just kept circling around half a lap behind, just trying to salvage some points.
Yeah.
So luckily for him, he actually he'd already wrapped the championship.
Yep.
And in second place was your own Christian Janev.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was good. We obviously did everything we could do. I suppose we had a DNF on Sunday morning.
The Heat 4.
In Heat 4, which in turn I think cost us a real good shot at it. To be honest, we lost our championship in February.
Yeah, in round one.
We didn't lose it on Sunday morning like everyone thinks we did.
Yeah.
We lost it in February.
Yeah, gave away a massive head start.
Yeah, big head start. But he held his head high, and he did everything we asked of him all year. From, I suppose, being 34th at the first round in the points, and then come away with second
and
overall.
really trying to win it.
Yeah.
And the good thing is with the cadet class, they race every race on its merit.
Absolutely.
They're not trying to sit behind, and the reason for their crash was they were going 3 wide on the last lap.
Yeah.
Now, an older driver may have pulled out of that, but that's what's cool about the cadet racing. They're sort of just going hard at it, each and every corner.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Unfortunately, this time it didn't come off, but next time it will, and
that's
they'll
right.
get rewarded.
Yeah. They'll learn.
So that was Christian Janev in second.
Yep.
And then third place, came home like a wet sail, was Jesse Lacey.
Yeah, come from 5th to 3rd, I think,
Fifth
in the
to
last
third.
round.
And that was his first AKC round win.
Correct.
He's finished on the podium a couple of times in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and he was pretty much. I think he was unstoppable at the last round. He was untouchable.
And great young family.
Yeah. His dad, mate, he does not stop smiling.
They're very passionate family. They love their karting. So it's great to see those sort of guys obviously do well. And so Jesse actually just fell short of Christian in the end. That's how much he came home.
Yeah.
So it's a great reward for him to win his last round, to get on the podium for the AKC as a championship. And he's got a bright future, Jesse. There's no doubt about it.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's looking to go head over to Rock Cup, compete over there.
Yeah,
so he'll be there alongside Christian at the Rock Cup. I don't think Harry's going now. I think he's decided against it. So I think it's at least out of that top 3, then second and third are going to, I suppose, fly the Aussie flag over there.
Yeah, good. And I spoke to Craig on the Monday, actually, after the AKC, and he said that they've got 2 more races as a Cadet 12 before he makes the jump up to KA4 Light.
Okay.
So they're going to do the Race of Stars and the Junior Sprint Classic.
Okay, good.
And then I suppose he'll probably just slot into Kobe Williams' package, which we're about to get into. Just
a little notable, our Smokey, Maxie Walton.
Yeah.
P3?
P2.
P2, okay.
Yeah, I was on the money there. We had that one, but that's a big effort.
Yeah.
Coming out of Cadet 9 last year.
Yep.
And in third place for the weekend, Caleb Spence.
Yeah.
Now, he's a kid who's been involved in quite a few crashes over his time.
Yep.
And the brakes went his way and he had the speed. And, that's a big effort for him to get third place.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's only a young kid. And I think he's got another year in Cadet 12.
Yeah, okay. So
he'll gain a lot of confidence from that.
Yep.
And I was going to just make a special mention to young Miley Miller, who I coach. She did a great job.
She had a heat win.
Qualified second. So
I think she was she the fastest on Friday out of all the times?
Yeah.
The quickest time?
Yeah, it's just a confidence thing for Miley. And I think I heard Maddie Payne, the commentator, say that it's actually the first win in that class by a female driver.
Okay,
so it's good to see. And Alice Buckley's been quick all year as well. So those kids will do well next year.
Yeah, good. So next is KA4 Junior, which it came down to the last race.
Yeah, but
it was pretty much done and dusted.
It was, and we both tipped against him. But Kobe Williams comes out on top.
Yeah. He was smart.
He's smart. He's a good driver. Yeah. And him and Hugh Barter, obviously, Hugh was trying to do every tactic that he could.
Yes.
Every time he tried to pass him, try to slow him up, try to bring the rest of the field into the action. But to his credit, Kobe Williams held his nerve.
Yeah, he did. He was sitting pretty in third that whole race, just looking around, not getting involved in, obviously, Cody Mains Ruddy, who he was 1 point off the podium in the championship. him and Hugh were going at it because obviously Hugh wanted to capitalise.
That's right.
And win, you know. So
exactly.
But yeah, Kobe was just sitting there, biding his time and not getting involved in anything, you know. So.
And as we said, that's probably going to be Harry Arnett's package. So what a package to slot yourself into.
Not a bad one to just jump straight into.
And Kobe's going to make the step up to KA2 next year. Now, he's only a smaller driver. He's got plenty of experience. He's raced against plenty of those KA2 drivers.
Yep.
So I think that transition won't be too hard for him.
I reckon Hugh probably do the same. He'll jump up to KA2 next year.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll probably see some of those Cadet 12 kids, you know, moving up into KA4 and fighting it out.
Yeah.
And third place was Curtis Tennant out of the Comkart Z-Course team.
Yep.
He went okay on the weekend. Like
he was sort of there, thereabouts.
He was thereabouts. He wasn't really knocking on the door of a podium, but he did everything he had to.
Did his work early in the year, and
that's right.
I think he won Emerald.
Yeah, that's right. So Cody Mains-Rady was obviously he won the last round. Bit unfortunate that he couldn't quite slip onto the AKC podium for the year, but he's had a good year as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So KA2.
Yeah, KA2.
That was won quite early. That was the first championship one, I think.
Yeah, done on Saturday afternoon. So Luke Pink wrapped that up.
Yeah,
in pretty good fashion.
Yeah, the Praga driver out of Queensland. He's the older. I'd say he's one of the older drivers in that class.
Yeah, for sure.
He looked good out there all year. You know, full credit to those guys for taking it out. Second place, and the round win, I believe, was Fletcher Harris.
Yeah, pretty dominant all weekend.
Yeah, so he looked good. He's had success at Todd Road before.
Yeah.
You know, maintaining his second place in the championship before the round, that's a great effort.
Yes.
And, you know, he's probably going to go in as the favourite for next year, you'd say.
I think so. Yep, definitely.
And third place, who was in third place?
William Seal.
William Seal.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a tough battle towards the end of the
1 point.
There.
One point, I think it was, between Ruben Goodall and Bo Prenesti.
Yeah, okay. So our Smokey before the race event, well, mine anyway, was Ethan Feather. How did he go, Jace?
Oh, not too good, I don't think. 5 DNFs did he have? Or 4
5 races? No, 5 DNFs.
5 DNFs.
Did not complete a race, which that must be an AKC first. Like I know we've all had some bad rounds, but not to finish a race, that's actually incredible.
Yeah, 18 laps, I think he completed in 2 days, or 10 laps he did in 2 days.
Far out. So
he would have been one of the 22 go-karts.
22 karts came off in the first...
In Heat 1?
In the first race. And I think it goes back to kids getting used to the whole push-button start.
Yeah, correct.
And now with the DVS, the Vortex engine, you don't have that luxury.
No, to just drive off.
And just to actually punt people off as well.
Yeah, correct.
Like you can't get away with it anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think it's a bit of a learning curve for some of these kids moving into next year to actually... screw their head on a little bit and actually be a bit smarter at the first corner. Because
there was a lot of crashes in that class over the weekend.
There was. So many races got jeopardised. Ethan was probably fighting for a podium in the championship.
Absolutely.
And now that's gone. Just straight away in one round, it's all been wasted.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll keep pressing on. We've got KA3 now.
Yeah, Jack Bell.
So the Oakley driver.
Yep.
He's been close to the, with the Matt McLean and James Sera over the last couple of years. And now with those guys not competing for the full year, he's sort of taken over that mantle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And it's great to see those Tony Kart guys. They've put in a big effort over the last few years.
And they focus quite hard on the KA3. They've got a lot of quick guys in there, good engines.
Yeah. Greg
does really well with the engines. They obviously all do a good job, Nick, with all their setup.
Now, I was actually watching that race from the grid, and Jack Bell's dad, David, he was obviously stressed out, watching the final race, watching his kid trying to secure his first Australian championship. And I'm not sure whether it was a brain fade or something happened on a restart from a slow board, but Jack Bell was just driven past a couple of karts, and I'm watching it going, something's not right. Like he's going to get a penalty for that, which he actually
did.
He did. He got a 10-second penalty and moved himself from a podium finish to 17th.
And won by 1 point.
He won by 1 point. So I can actually see why David was actually stressing out. And I'm not sure if Jack knew at the time what was going on. Probably in the heat of the moment. Could see that Oscar Priest was actually his closest championship rival and was actually winning the race.
Yeah. And
just probably wanted to try and get to him as close as he could, but
and he had Matt Waters right on his tail, so I think he's just trying to get away from
away from his competition,
get away from his competition and catch his competition at the same time.
Yeah, so he did. He's been up there all year.
Absolutely,
good on him. It's great to see those guys do well, and look forward to seeing the green and gold plate on Jack Bell's kart.
Second, Oscar Priest.
So you did ask him to pull his finger and
I
have
did.
a go?
I did. And
So he must have listened to the podcast.
I reckon he has. He was, best I've seen him all year, I reckon. What a time to do it, last round.
Yeah, that's right. So he's finished second in the championship?
Yeah. I was speaking to Troy Hunt about it because Troy listened to the podcast and he said, you know what, I was listening to it and he obviously agreed with me, which is good that someone of his caliber agrees with me, but he said he's been trying to get him to do that, just have confidence in himself, you know?
sure.
And he said the win at Emerald was a good confidence booster, but he needed something else, you know, and he's been trying to kick him along. So that was good. He did everything in his power to. You can't do any more than win a few heats and then we'll drive away in the final and just leave it up to the gods, I suppose.
That's right. And then in third place for the championship was Matthew Waters.
Yeah.
Now, did something happen in qualifying? Because he sort of was a little bit further back than what he would have liked.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He sort of wheeled it to the front.
Yeah, he was quick in races.
Not to the front, but up to the top 3 and top 4 in the races.
Yeah.
But he must have had some sort of
I'm not 100% sure, but obviously, he's a state champion. He's won national championships before. Yeah. I think he'll still be happy with the third place.
I think so.
It's a tough class this year.
And he's let's say, a heavier guy, you know, so you don't always see these pro weights. You don't always see the heavy guys dominate. You know, you see the lighter guys dominate. So he's done a good job, I reckon. He's done a good job.
And just filling up from the podium for the actual round, it was a great effort to see Tommy Harradine, the Shane Piper driver, and also Tane Venables, another one of those heavy drivers coming back down to the pro weight.
Yeah. So I think he was fourth on track, but I reckon someone in third.
Jack Bell.
Oh, yeah, Jack Bell.
So Jack Bell's, he's got the podium, but he's handed that up. But in saying that, he's handed it over and got a number 1 plate, so I'm sure he's still happy. And just another special mention to Bet Connell. She's taken out the women's trophy for the year for the AKC.
Yeah, did a good job.
Pretty dominant fashion. She's taken out the women's cup, and I think she finished around the 6th or 7th in the championship, which is
it was quite good.
Always competitive.
Yep.
All right, we're going to keep pressing on now to tag 125, and obviously this is one you want to try and highlight.
Yeah, highlight.
So how many times has a Lindstrom finished on the podium?
Oh, they said 23, but I think that was blown a little bit out of proportion.
It sounds good anyway.
I think it was close. It was close. It's been close to 20. I know myself has been 3,
and Grant,
Adam 3, Geordie 4 or 5, and then Grant the rest. So. We've come so close, but to be able to get it done.
It wasn't without its worries there for a bit.
Yeah, just a
little 10-second
penalty to throw it into the mix, which we can chat about later. But it didn't take away the fact that he crossed the line first in that final, and then in pretty convincing fashion, you know.
Yep.
So we did everything that we needed to. Cody. Sunday morning, Cody raced well.
Yes.
In that fourth heat. He did everything that a championship contender would do to another championship contender. Make it hard for him.
Try and slow him up, and try and block him where you can.
Yeah, and they did not touch once.
Yeah.
They raced really hard, didn't touch once.
And commiserations to Cody as well. It's his
absolutely.
second place in a row.
Yeah, in a row. Adam's done it, mate.
And it's gone down to the final race. Of the series as well. Yeah. And so if there's any consolation, as you guys have said, you come second a few times, maybe Cody could step it up next year.
Yeah, I think so.
And he'll be another contender again.
And to be fair to Cody, I would have said he was stronger this weekend than I thought he would have been.
Yeah. No, he looked good out there.
Yeah, he looked good.
On the contrary, you got sort of Tyler Howard, who had a bit of a tough race.
He did, yeah.
Had a crash in there.
His speed was always, I think in the final he was the second fastest. A couple he did fastest races.
The track position.
Yeah, and he got involved in a crash at the dog leg and things like that, which obviously he DNF'd to heat, so there's sort of 12 points down the drain straight away, So especially when Adam's sort of going on and winning heat races to get maximum points. So that was just putting the pressure on. But that was a bit unfortunate for him.
I think,
but he's young. He's young too.
And from the start of the year, if you had told him he was going to get third in the championship and be leading, and going into the final round,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure they'd take that with with their heads held high.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was it was really good for us.
And obviously with Adam losing the race, so that promoted Jackson Rooney.
Yeah,
up to
P1.
First place.
Yeah.
So the New Zealand drivers come
so
over
his
here.
first senior win.
Yeah, good
in Australian soil. I think it was a blue. Was it a blue plate in the weekend?
Maybe. I'm not sure they have a tag state championship at the Puckapunya race, but yeah. anyway, he'd done a great job.
Yeah, he did a great
Jason
job.
Pringle out of your camp got
Yeah,
second.
JP was he was second, so that was good. He was probably second for 80% of the race to Adam, and then
Was
just
there any
lost.
team orders in there throughout the weekend?
No, not team orders.
Yeah.
We legitimately did not speak about it once.
Yeah, that's good.
Jason's
wanna let it play
Jason's
out.
experienced enough. He knows.
Yeah, he knows what's going on.
He
That's
knows what's happening,
around
you
him.
know. But that is when we did not talk about it once, which I think it's a good thing, you know. So
No, you want to let the drivers race.
absolutely. And then Cody ended up getting up for third.
Yeah, which is some consolation. I know
Yeah.
he's still going to be pretty peeved off, but yeah, in the end, to get a couple of podiums throughout the series, to be
absolutely.
second in the championship, it's a great effort.
Yeah.
X30.
Yeah.
Now, it shouldn't have been this close. I
No.
wouldn't have thought going into the final round.
Absolutely.
But the GOAT has made a mistake in qualifying. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't actually spoken to him about it, but I'm pretty sure he wiped some bloke out.
yeah,
in
shoveled him
qualifying.
off. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, on his he was throwing some quick laps down, and someone's got.
He
his
said
way.
he was getting held up.
He was getting held up.
he
So he just
couldn't pass it, he
unloaded
just
some poor bloke.
Shoveled him.
And as a consolation to that, instead of qualifying his 13th position, he's been handed a 10-spot penalty for the first two races.
Yep.
Which throws a massive span in the works. But in saying that, it needs to be done.
Absolutely.
Like you sort of can't be just offloading blokes.
No,
in
you can't
qualifying.
tolerate that.
So and then it came down to he's starting 23rd in the races and having to avoid crashes.
Yep.
And while that's happening, his championship contender, Jaden Pope, is out the front winning races.
Yep.
So there's a lot of pressure on.
Yeah. He was a stressed man at some points on Saturday.
Yeah,
Brad was
for sure.
But he held his nerve.
He did hold his nerve. Even in the final race, I think he just had to finish in the top 15. But there was karts going everywhere in front of him, and he was just trying to avoid other people's incidents.
Yep.
And while that was happening, like you said, Jaden Pope was down in front,
Yep.
and setting personal best lap times, and he actually just clean swept the weekend basically.
Yeah, I think what highlighted it for me is that fourth heat on Sunday morning where Brad won and beat Pope.
Yeah, he got a good start.
Yeah, got a good start. He started at about 7 or 8 or
Yes.
something and wheeled it to the front and controlled. And at that point, barring anything stupid happening,
Yes.
you thought, all right, his confidence is back.
That's right.
He's there. He got a gap. If anyone was going to take it up to him in that heat, it would have been Jaden.
Yes.
But he couldn't do that. So I think that was it. The fourth heat for me, I think.
So we were just speaking about. So Jaden Pope got second in the championship.
Yeah.
And then in third was a couple of time Australian champion Pierce Lahane. Tough weekend again for him. Like
Yeah, he did,
again, he
yeah.
looked okay, but sometimes
not
sort of
his
didn't have.
blistering self, but
No. You can sort of pencil in Newcastle for Lahane. That's a win.
absolutely.
But yeah, Todd Road didn't have his customary speed. Was sort of getting involved in a couple of incidents out there as
Yeah,
well. But third place for him. He'd be sort of setting his hopes a bit higher than that. But I think still it's a good effort.
Still third place in the
that
X30
field.
National Championship is nothing to be shied away from.
That's a good effort. And now we had our Smoky as well, which was Ryan Wood for that race.
Yeah.
And he actually came home in third.
Yeah,
So we've
did a
actually
good
been
job. His
looking okay.
First podium for the year in X30.
For Patrizi course.
Patrizi
I'm
course,
sure
yep.
Michael would have been pretty animated over the side, which
no
is
doubt.
always good to see.
Yep.
And now we're going to our final AKC Championship, which is the Premier KZ class,
Yeah,
and taken out by the Bundaberg Macadamia Man.
he did.
So
Smashed.
Troy Losco.
And it wasn't all. I tell you what, we spoke about mechanicals.
Now, what his
before
first
that.
race? He went.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it was a mechanical.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So I'm not
was
sure he's working on
mechanical.
that card or working on that engine, but they need to get it sorted out if they want to.
he was probably fortunate that it wasn't harder for him because after the crash that Faint had on Sunday.
That was actually
morning.
pretty exciting, Jason Faint's crash, because just watching him from the infield, there was a lot of hand gestures. I'm sure there was a few explicit words coming out from under
there's
that
no doubt.
visor.
Yep.
Obviously, he puts everything on the line, Jason Faint,
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
and knowing he's racing for a championship, he probably would have wanted to make it a bit easier for his competitors to sort of lead him through and so on. But they're out there having their own races
Absolutely.
as well.
Yep.
But he still managed to hold his second place.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I think it was it was his first time on the podium.
Yeah, good.
At an
He's
AKC.
been driving. Yeah, right.
So as a championship.
Yes.
So obviously a pretty big
That's a good
big
effort
achievement for him.
Him and his Johnny Grother.
And his Soda
Adam
Kart
Graham.
team. So that was he did a really good job.
And third place, Christopher Hayes.
Yeah, and he was pretty solid all year, really.
Yeah. He's just always around that third, fourth, fifth.
Chipping
Not
away, really.
Really, not really challenging for race wins anymore. But yeah, he's always there. You can't sort of discount him in any race event.
The
But,
experience of the and the consistency.
Yeah, that's what
experience,
keeps him there.
Just keeps him there, you know.
And from our race results, it was a big effort to see the Gary Rogers Motorsport driver take out a race win James Golding.
Yeah, it
So
was good.
That's a big effort. He's done a lot of laps this year, but still to take out a KZ round win, that was a big effort.
That was, and second place, Jay Cool too.
That was my Smoky.
Yeah, there you go.
We've got a couple of podiums
Yeah, we have.
here.
Yeah.
I knew Jay would be fast. I didn't actually know whether he could sustain it over the course of a race weekend.
And he probably had 2 opportunities to pass James.
Yes.
He tried once, but he didn't try the second time. He tried once and it didn't work.
Yes.
And I actually thought he got a bumper because he pushed his nose cone a little bit.
But James, he's an experienced driver.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And he made his cut that little bit wider.
He did. And I never saw him. I watched that whole race. I never saw him look around.
Yeah. He could just obviously sense the
knows.
pressure behind him.
Yeah, he knows.
And like I said, instead of the cut being 1400, it was about 1450.
Yep, absolutely.
And half his luck.
And then Macedonia, the winner of the championship, wheeled it into third position. And he was quick too.
Yeah, he's been quick. Yeah. There's no doubt once...
Deserving winner.
Once it doesn't break down on him, he's got the speed. And he's actually going to be travelling across the World Championships.
Okay.
Racing in the Premier KZ class.
The Premier KZ class.
Yeah, he's won his Australian Championship.
Not KZ2?
Not KZ2. He's gone straight to the top.
Okay.
So Paolo De Conto and those other guys better watch out. Our Australian champion is coming across. So
okay, good.
Patrice's put the faith in him.
Yep. There's a few, isn't there? They've
got 3 drivers.
So are they all racing KZ?
No, so Matthew Payne's in KZ2 for Ricardo.
Okay, sure.
And Henry Johnson's going to have his first race.
Oh, yeah, okay, with the Ricardo outfit.
With the Ricardo outfit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it'll be interesting to see how those guys go, and we'll keep an eye on how they get along over there.
Yeah.
I think it's in a few weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, so the 3 of them are actually out testing on the Monday after the AKC, getting prepared.
Okay, good.
And like I said, everyone's sort of confident heading into the biggest race of the year.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
I suppose we'll get into just our formalities from the AKC Garden. How was that in the end?
It was a good night, actually. Yeah, good night. They had to change the room because obviously it had 400 people.
Excellent.
400.
That's really good to see.
Guests there, so it was really good. There was Greg Rust hosted it. Obviously, they were advertising that, and he always does a good job.
He knows what he's doing.
He just seems like he just knows everything about everything that he talks about. You know, I suppose that's what all good presenters and hosts do. They know their information, but he just knew everything, and he knew little details about certain people and things like that.
That's
you know,
good.
so he was either that or he was prompted really well. But he did a really good job. I think I left early, so I think it wrapped up about 11 o'clock or something like that.
Okay.
Trying to kick people out.
Yeah, I'm sure a few people would have kept pressing on.
Yeah, I think there was a few that pressed on
and celebrating their race win.
Yeah, I think Joshy Brooker, a big standout.
Yeah,
he had a good night, I think. So that was good to see. But at the event, so there was a couple other best teams championship. So Tom Williams from Motorsport won that.
Yep.
Pretty.
Well, he's got most of the actual entrance.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't win the team championship when you've got basically the whole field, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, he's got it.
Good.
He's done a
good job to Tom.
Yeah, good job.
I
think Shane Piper was second.
Yep.
Shane Piper Race Engines.
For a couple of drivers that he
Yeah,
has.
yeah. Well, he highlighted that on his speech.
Did he? Okay.
He only had 8 drivers.
Yeah.
So whether he's a little bit sour or just making a point of it, you know.
Okay, good
but
job.
yeah, he did a good job, and Zed Course was in third.
Yeah. Well, they've got half the cadet field.
Yeah,
Course.
yeah, they do. Yeah.
So it's good to see those guys, supporting and getting rewarded.
Yep.
We had a best presented team.
Yeah. So, which I said it before it was going to happen. Andrew Walter.
Yeah, good. Andrew
invested
Walters,
a fair bit this year.
for sure.
Yeah.
Him and Chris Schofield have put in a big effort.
Yep.
And they've helped a lot of Tasmanians get across the mainland and compete at these big races.
And that's Andrew's. I talk to him every now and then, and make a few suits for him and things like that. And that's his sole
passion.
Sole thing. He just wants to make it easy for Tasmanians.
Well, he supported
to
even
get
me
at
back in the
mainlands.
day for my racing.
Yeah.
So I'm forever thankful for Andrew Walton. Like I said, it's great to see him get some reward. And people love being a part of their team.
Yeah,
from when
they
we
do.
speak to them.
Yep, absolutely.
They do a great job. Was there any other awards? What else we got? There was
The Dunlop driver, one of the Dunlop driver awards.
I don't know.
One of them was Ethan Feather.
No,
Yeah, he won a.
it must have been.
It
Must have
was,
felt
it
bad.
was voted on by the Les May.
Right. Okay. So
And
Ethan
so that was a
Feather's
junior
taken out
one?
a Dunlop Junior Charger Award.
Yeah, and there was and Jack Bell won the senior one.
Jack Bell.
Yeah.
And I saw that Alice Buckley.
She won
a Bridgestone
the Bridgestone.
Hard Charger Award. Or
Yeah,
something.
it was for all cadets.
Yes.
So she won it out of the whole lot, which is good.
Great.
Good for the girls.
Yep.
She's done a pretty good job too.
All right. So now we're going to go through to our top 5 drivers from the year. This is just voted by us. We're only just sort of, wing it as we go. But do you want to go through your list of drivers, Jace?
Yeah, we'll go through each. We'll go start at number 5. So my number 5 was Kai Burke. I think he did a good job all year.
Yeah, so...
and unheard of. Didn't hear a lot of him before this year.
Yep.
So he's my number 5, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah, for sure. Really so in 5th place, I had Christian Janev. Didn't take out the championship, got 2nd place, but he won 2 rounds in probably the most competitive class.
Yep.
So that's my 5th place.
My 4th is Jack Bell.
Jack Bell.
Yep. Thought he did a really good job all year. Pretty faultless. And stepped up well when he needed to. Started the ball rolling at the first round with a sort of a dominant win up there.
I bumped up Kai Burke into position 4. I just thought that he was clean on track. He was always in the top 3 drivers, and I think he's got a bright young future. So that was 4th place for Kai Burke for myself.
Your number 3?
Jaden Pope.
Okay.
First year in seniors.
2 round wins. So we won the last round. Did he win the first round?
He got a penalty, but he crossed the line first.
Crossed the line first. Yeah.
So Jaden Pope, I think he was a pretty clear-cut top 3 for me.
Yep. Mine was, whether it's a biased opinion or not, but Christian Janev in 3.
Yeah.
I think he's done, bar round 1, I'm pretty sure I worked it out. He's only finished twice outside of the top 3.
Okay.
Since round 1.
Yeah.
And included 2 race victories. So due to some circumstances that weren't his doing it round 1.
Yep.
He's fought back, kept his head up, and pushed on real hard towards the end. Just fell a little bit short, but he should be very proud of what he did.
Yeah. Okay. So in 2nd place, I've got the KA2 champion Luke Pink.
Okay. Yeah.
As I said, he wrapped it up quite early on, even before the last round. He was well in command, and look forward to sort of seeing him step up into senior ranks.
Okay. I had the Macedonian man, Troy Losco, in P2.
Yeah, look, he's done well. I couldn't fit everyone in. It's always hard, these sort of things.
I think as a AKC performer,
yes,
bar a few of his mechanicals, which obviously aren't his issue,
yep.
he's performing to his best ability, and he was the fastest driver at every round, I reckon.
Yeah, yep. So I'm pretty sure we both got the same.
Yeah.
And he actually took it out in the night, the MG Driver of the Year.
Yes,
so
the
GOAT, Brad Jenner.
Yeah.
So his 4th Australian Championship, probably the most competitive class in X30.
Absolutely.
And full credit to him and his team. They've done a great job this year. So that's it. So we've got obviously a few months down until 2020 Championship. So those guys got plenty of time to.
Be good to get possibly maybe at a Race of Stars, have a bit of a chat to Lee Hanachek with where they're looking at
the calendar,
holding these events next year, and give.
Yeah, I haven't sort of heard too much. There's always obviously rumours that you hear around. I'm hearing Oakley Kart Track. I'm not done. Listen, but I'm thinking maybe because Jack Bell's won a championship and
I'll throw one down.
And Kobe Williams has won a championship now out of Oakley. I thought maybe they might give us a round 10 at Oakley, and it's
highly unlikely, I reckon.
But yeah, we'll keep in touch with Hanachek, and we might even be able to break the news on Inside Karting.
You reckon?
I don't think so, but
I don't think they'll let us do it either.
Look, we can only hope.
We
can only hope.
The fans will like that.
Exactly. All right, so that's AKC done. That's wrapped up for us. What are we going to go into now?
Just some upcoming events.
Yep.
So one of them is, I think it's the last round actually, the retro karting.
Okay. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the retro karting. I'm not sort of too involved.
It's
with the older model carts.
With the older, so pre-2000.
Pre-2000.
Yep. So pre-2000. So they run a F100 light, F100 heavy. So all engines have to be pre-2000.
You've raced around, haven't you?
Yeah, I raced
a couple of years ago.
2 years ago down at Stony Creek.
Yeah.
So that's been held at Geelong. So retro they're sponsored by DPE. And
they're classifying as a Victorian Kart Championship.
They are, yeah.
So look at an old school Vicky Open.
Yep. And they also run a pro clubbing as well.
That'd be you guys would have some old Yamahas laying around the pro karting.
Yeah, we do. We've still got a few. Grant doesn't really want to use them that much.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why, but
and that's going to be held on October 18, 19, and 20.
Yeah, and
Geelong Kart Track.
Yeah, and they're hoping for. I'm just speaking to a few of the guys. They're sort of hoping for around 60, maybe 80 entries. You know,
which is good to see.
Yep.
And they've got some big names. Obviously, we've got Ben Savage and Paul Pittam having a race.
And Neil McCauley always has a run.
Yeah, and Barry Ryan's coming out of his supercar commitments to have a go on Malaska. So, obviously, if you guys wanted to check out an old school karting race.
And it's just from my experience and driving them again, they're a pretty raw thing to drive, 20,000 RPM. Yeah,
good. Now, we forgot the guys last time from over west, and they reminded me.
Yeah.
There actually is one more blue plate after the South Australian State Championships, and it's going to be the WA State Championships.
Okay.
So
at Esperance?
Esperance Kart Club. So it's a great little town, fast and flowing circuit. Tyre wear's a bit of an issue there.
Sure. I'll tell you what else is a little bit of an issue too, I reckon, with them and might hurt them a little bit, is the 8 hours from Perth.
Yeah, I know. And just from seeing some of the comments and hearing around the traps, is that's been a bit of a negative for this state championships. Entries are a little bit down at the moment, which is going to hurt.
You understand that you got to give it to all your clubs.
Yeah,
and you got to share it around, but at the end of the day, you got to make the decisions where you're going to get the most entries. You know,
that's right. And even from an interstate point of view, to fly, you have to fly to Perth and then fly to Esperance. It's quite expensive, let alone just getting your carton package there as well. But hopefully get a few more numbers drummed up.
Yep.
Get the Kip Fosters and the Sam Dickers and those sort of guys to have a race. And I think it'll be.
I'm
very
sure they'll get a few. Them guys will get a few numbers, rally them together, and
for sure. So that's the WA State Championship.
Have you
race.
been there before?
I have. Esperance is a great track.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's fast and flowing. There's a few spots to pass, which is always good for the kids.
Yeah.
And it's close to the ocean as well, so it's just a nice place to be.
Yeah, okay.
Even if you're not driving.
Is south of Perth?
Yeah, I've driven there before and I've flown there before. I can't really remember where I've driven, but that's that.
Listeners can let us know if it's south or north of.
No, it's definitely south.
Okay.
But I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, whereabouts.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you've got the Rotax Pro Tour.
Yeah, Rotax Pro Tour. So that's the last round of that is next weekend up at Albury Kart Club.
Yeah, Albury's is a nice kart club.
Yeah, and good. Obviously, a couple of years ago, they did the upgrades up there.
Yes,
nice and
fast and
up
flowing. And John Reynolds and his team put in a big effort.
Yeah, do a good job.
Yeah, the track looking sharp, and Ian Black always puts on a good fun race.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
and Jason Richards Memorial.
Yeah, so that'll be presented on the Sunday night.
Yep.
And so they're having a bit of a gala dinner,
which is good,
just to present the trophies and present the championship, and I suppose present Team Australia.
Yeah,
that'll travel to Italy. Into Sarno, South Italy, and for the Rotax World Finals.
Our drivers always been competitive at the World Finals. I'm sure this group of drivers can do some damage.
That was first time someone won a World Championship, which was Lee Mitchener at Sarno.
Okay,
which was 3 years ago, maybe.
He might even get a gig to get a mechanics job over there, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I'm sure he'll throw his hand up. He's always good value.
Teach people how to pass around the outside at the end of the straight.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna. We asked last time if you guys want to sort of have any questions for us. Obviously, to try and get some feedback from us guys. Our first question is from Aaron Paul. He's basically asked how to best get into karting when you're a 7-year-old, when you're a teenager, and when you're an adult.
Sure.
So, I suppose when you're a young kid, being a 7-year-old, you're watching motorsport on TV, whether it's Formula One or it's supercars or it's NASCAR, and then your family does a bit of research and how do these drivers get into the position they are, and obviously 90% of the karters have gone in. 90% of the field in these racing categories have started in kart racing. So it's a good opportunity for these young kids to see whether they actually do enjoy, kart racing and car racing, and that's probably the easiest ways to contact your local kart club and basically see where your local kart shop is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And from a teenager's point of view, what are you thinking? You get a chance to get in high karts when you're
you
older.
can, and you're not you're not sort of held back by that height thing. That everyone's sort of.
So at least that way you get a chance to drive, wheel to wheel with whether it's your parents or it's some friends at a birthday party.
Yeah,
you get a bit of a chance to get just the speed as well.
Yeah, I suppose, and you do that by. And not making you, I suppose, you jump in a high kart and see if you like it before your parents go out there and make that investment
commitment
in a new go-kart, or a second-hand package.
And then just want to reiterate, if you are a high kart champion, it doesn't mean you're going to be a sprint kart champion.
No, not at all.
Because I've heard that a few times.
We get a lot of them coming through.
That basically say, look, my kid's the high kart champion. I got no reason why he can't, win races.
Yeah, you hear that a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most weeks.
Most weeks.
And I suppose from the last point of view, as being an adult, once you've got your commitments out of the way, whether it's a family and it's in a house and a secure job, the categories you're going to be trying to get into is a tag restricted class.
Yeah.
Which, it's a great entry-level class, the long-lasting tyres and Dunlop tyres.
Yep.
Decent fields as well.
Yeah, decent, yep.
And they also offer that Masters class as well for the same engines.
Yep.
So at least that way, once you build up your experience, you can basically take the restrictor out and then you can go and race basically your bigger major races.
And I think they changed that rule this year. Did they not? So they allow K100s as well with the 125 engines.
And they're getting, sometimes 20 to 25 entries.
Yeah, perfect.
So it's a great entry-level class, like I said.
And 4SS too.
4SS.
That's another good way of getting into it as a senior.
Yep.
And there's a lot of clubs, especially in Melbourne, that are trying to push that and push a junior and a cadet 4SS too.
Yeah, okay. So we've got one more question. This is going to be from Dan Fielden. He's out of New South Wales. He's basically asked, during a race meeting, if your kart feels balanced and you're not making obvious mistakes, but your pace is a little bit down, where should it be? Basically you're losing your speed. Is it a mental approach? Is it your kart setup, or could it be something else? So I suppose, Dan, it's hard to know. Obviously, we're not at the race event, but it sounds like you've got too much grip in your kart.
Yeah,
if everything feels good and it feels balanced, and you're not making minimal mistakes, you're probably just a little bit gripped up, and basically the kart's bogging down at the corners. I would say, but
another good option for him too is to he could, with all his micron stuff, if he's got a micron, utilize that.
Try and download some
stuff, all that data that's on there to try and read it off that. There's plenty of good tutorials too on YouTube for reading data. It's a lot of people get away. I suppose they get daunted by it.
And get a bit lost.
Get a bit lost with it. But there is so many good tutorials on how to read data, and only just small parts.
Yep.
So that's probably, if you're a bit unsure and you can't sort of fix it, that's a good way to dive into it and try and solve the issue yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you use how much data you use with all your kids.
Yeah, you got to use it a lot, and you can bounce off each other as well.
Absolutely.
So maybe Dan can actually get one of his friends out there and have a go, and he can try something, and the other guys can try something else and see what works best. Now, a couple of people have asked us about driving tips and also technical tips.
Yeah.
So obviously, with me being a driving coach, I was going to basically explain about how to be a smoother driver. I get a lot of parents and even just older drivers asking me, how can you become smoother drivers? So one of the things that I've actually found works best is to basically, when you're doing a test session, is to drive sort of one-handed, and basically it's physically more demanding.
Yeah.
So it basically takes a bit more strength, but you're trying to teach yourself to drive with one hand and be smoother. And then basically once you're doing less input, you can then reintroduce your other arm to basically try and smoothen out your steering inputs. So it's not easy for everyone to go and drive one-handed. And like I said, I don't recommend if you're doing it at a slower speed when there's no one else out on the tracks. But yeah, like I said, being smoother and putting some tape on your steering wheel as well. So you're not sort of adjusting your hands as you're going around the corners.
Yeah, and a cable, big thing that works for what I
cable
do.
tie?
Cable tie at the top.
Yeah.
Just keep that cable tie nice and smooth.
So if you're seeing that move around like a window wiper, then you know that the driver's hacking away at the steering wheel a little bit too much. So they're sort of, from a driving tip point of view, from being smooth the driver, use the cable tie, put some tape on the wheel so they're sort of holding their hands in the same position each corner. And if you can, try and drive one-handed, at slower speed, just to try and, basically make it a little bit harder to turn the corners.
And I suppose from maybe a little bit of a tech side, we'll probably touch on maybe the issue that Dan Fielden had. He thinks he possibly have a little bit too much rear grip. So I suppose if someone come in and asked me or told me that they were the issues, first thing that I would look at is I would look at probably standing the front up a little bit, give it a little bit of positive camber. Yeah,
so just to explain to some guys, if they're looking at their laser aligners and got no idea what they're looking for, how do you sort of achieve the positive camber?
So what you want to do is you just want to adjust your eccentric so that the laser moves up on the gauge.
Yep. Okay. And so each box is represented by 2 mil, I believe.
2 mil. Yeah. Some different brands are a little bit different. I know that you always use a sniper. So one box is 2 mil, half a box is 1 mil. So a good starting point for something like that is for example, on a MG Red is around about 2 mil positive and 2 mil tow out overall. So we would start there and then we would work from there for all different setups or what the driver's asking for, you know.
Yep. And even with these lower power classes, even maybe just not having as much tow out as well.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, lower,
so
less drag.
For some of these cadet classes, so just trying to make it so they're rolling resistance a bit faster in the straight lines, that could help out as well.
Yeah, and then I'd probably look at maybe even opening your rear width up.
Yeah, definitely. If it's not sliding around, the car
widen
feels
the rear a
balanced.
little bit.
Make it so it's a little bit on edge. And again, I'm not sure which engine he's actually driving on.
Sure.
If it's a lower performance class, you want to have a little bit of slide as well.
Absolutely.
So nothing's binding up and bogging down.
Yep.
I think that's it for our show.
Yeah, I think that's it. We've sort of touched on everything.
We've covered a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to, if anyone has any questions, feel free to again ask us. And also leave us a bit of a review now that we're on Apple
Yeah,
Podcasts.
Don't forget we're on Apple now.
So that's actually a big news for us. Any 5-star reviews is always much appreciated. Obviously, any sponsors.
Yeah, we're looking for an Inside Karting presented by.
Yeah, exactly. And we're getting a lot of views here.
We are.
I reckon we can really.
We've nearly had close to 1,000
Yeah.
listens of the first episode,
That's
which
not
is
too
good.
bad because we don't even know what we're doing. But
gotta
yeah,
be
we're going
worth
to try
a
and
bit.
build on this. So yeah, if any of you guys think you can sort of help us out a little bit for all the information that we're trying to provide you guys, and obviously try and promote karting as a whole.
If there's any sort of hard-hitting questions that people want to ask or find answers for, we are more than welcome to answer them in an unbiased opinion.
Yep.
That's what we're here for, I suppose. We just want to help things improve in Australian karting.
Yeah.
And if we can give people feedback to help make that happen, then we're all for it.
All right. Well, thanks again, Jace, and we'll see you guys soon.
Right, yeah. Cheers, guys.